Action. Stingrays, how are we? That's good. Pretty exciting. We've got our first game this Saturday, okay, against the Kempsey Saints Sharks at Kempsey. All right, and I just had 2 or 3 points, and I've probably got another video coming later in the week about one other point that I wanted to touch on as well. But in this video, 2 or 3 points to help you with this very first game. And the first point being, I want each and every one of you to just be absolutely comfortable and absolutely confident in your own ability. Okay, you're all really, really incredible individual players. You all have the skills, and I believe in each and every one of you. So I want you to go into this game with your head held high, full of confidence, that when that ball arrives to you, that you're going to be able to make the play and play, you know, put in the best effort that you can, and I'm sure you'll all play somewhere nearabouts to the best of your ability. So just be absolutely confident that you've got what it takes when that situation comes to you on the weekend, all right? Because you absolutely do. All right, that's point number one. Point number two is a little bit more about the game itself. What we want to play this weekend, and probably for the majority of the season, is what I like to call a pass-first gameplay. And all that means is I want you to be thinking pass for the majority of the time. Okay, of course you can run with the ball, and of course you can do one-on-one when it's appropriate, but for the most part, we're thinking pass first, okay? So when that ball comes to you, we're going to be looking to pass the majority of the time, pass to another player in space. Now with that in mind, there's a couple of things that I also want to touch on, and that is when one of our teammates has the ball, so we're in possession, but you personally do not have the ball. One of our teammates or one of your teammates has the ball. What I need you to do, look, we all want to get the ball as much as possible, right? You know, as many kicks, as many passes, as many shots on goal, as many touches as we can during the soccer game. Now, if you want to get more touches, this is really important to listen to. When one of our teammates has the ball, what you need to do is make sure that you can see a clear pathway from yourself all the way through to that ball, and that means that that person in possession has a clear pass to deliver the ball to you. Okay, and for example, let's have a look up on the screen here. What do I mean by that? Well, let's assume we're back here. Our defensive mid here has the ball. All right, and let's just plonk a few defenders around. All right, that left mid's marking up there. Maybe that wing's down here somewhere. All right, something like this, just roughly. Right mid might be down here like that. Okay. Now, if you're the right winger, for example, all right, this person here, you can see that for the defensive mid here who has the ball in their possession, for them to pass that to you is going to be really difficult because this left mid is going to try and cut that ball off, okay? And if you're the right mid here as well, then you're not really going to get the ball because you're completely marked up. Now the right winger here isn't really marked up, but what do we want that right winger to do? Have a think about that. Where should that right winger go to make sure that there's an easy pass from where the ball is to where they are standing? Because at the moment where they are, it's not an easy pass. Okay, so there's probably a couple of options. I think the best option is just to backtrack a little bit into this space. All right, and then we've got an easy pass with no defenders in the way, where that ball can come here, and then the right winger can move into this space and maybe look for another pass up there, okay? So do you understand how that works? So when that ball is back on that angle there and the right winger is up here, that's not an easy pass. And we want to play the passes along the ground as much as possible, so chipping over the top here is a high risk play that I'd rather not do too often, okay? So I'd rather see, so the point being, right, when one of your team members has the ball and you're off the ball, If you want the ball, which I'm assuming that you all want the ball most of the time, then you need to move in positions where it's easy to pass to you. And in this case, you need to move out of alignment with that defender. See, that defender is in our way. So we move down, get the easy pass, and move forward. Okay, and then maybe the striker. So from here, what happens there? Okay, well, that right winger has a couple of options. They can go straight back to this defensive mid there if this defender comes over, which it probably will. Or what I'd like to also see is this striker makes a run here, all right, for that ball there. And we just keep repeating that. Each time one of your teammates has the ball, it's up to the rest of the team to move into space where it's easy to pass to you, okay? So that would be point number one. Always look to move into a pocket of space where there's an easy pass to get the ball to you, and then you'll get the ball more times, much more times than you would normally get it if you're presenting really easy passing options in space. All right, and then number two, or I don't even know if I'm up to number two, we're probably up to about number 3 or 4, but the next one and the last one in this video is, once again, when one of your teammates has the ball. Okay, so let's go back to this scenario. Let's say the field looks something like that. All right, so you're the right winger. Rewind. You're the right winger. You've already ran down into space. Tick. Point 1. Perfect. I love it. You've run down, presented an easy passing option for that defensive mid. Okay, perfect. Now the next point is, in the moment after you arrive into that great position, what I need you to do is look around, check your shoulders and look around for the defensive dangers and the next attacking opportunity. In particular, that next, well, actually, they're both equally important. But that next attacking opportunity, because what I want you to do is to have a plan. All right? I want you to have a plan of what you intend to do with the ball before it arrives at your feet. And this is really, really important. And this is a bit of a tip from the best professional players in the world, all right? They already know what's around them because they've looked around and they've looked for the defensive dangers and they've looked for the next attacking opportunity, and they've already developed a plan of what's going to happen in case they get the ball. All right, and I'll explain a little bit more about why that's really important. But first of all, let's run through this scenario. So you're the right winger here, and you're in a beautiful position, a beautiful open position with a lovely free passing lane. All right, that passing lane is really a really easy option to get the ball to you. That's perfect, well done. All right, but while you're there, in the second or two before that ball arrives, or even just as you arrive there, you need to think, okay, what's my plan? If that ball comes to me, what's the next step? All right, so just think to yourselves, you're this right winger here. The ball hasn't come to you yet. What would be your next plan? Okay, what are you going to do when that ball arrives? I just want you to have that in your mind. What is the plan when that ball comes to your feet? Okay, and there's a couple of options here. The really, really obvious one that I hope a few of you got watching at home is, as that ball arrives here, you can do a quick trap and pass through to the striker, because we're always looking to progress the ball down the field. All right, and that striker is in a really beautiful position, open space. So that would be a great option. The ball arrives at your feet and you already know because you've had a look around, oh, my striker is in open paddock, just surrounded by grass, not really any close defenders. So a nice quick pass to there, and boom, we're on the attack. The left mid can sort of run through here then, and we progress through, okay? All right, the other option might be, think, oh, okay, if I get the ball now, I have a lot of space. There's 10 or 15 meters to the nearest defender, so I've got a lot of space. So in that scenario, when you've got a lot of space in front, you can also get the ball and then go for a little run. Go for a run, and then your plan might be, okay, I'm going to get the ball, I'm going to go for a dribble, a run into the open space, and as soon as a defender starts to put pressure on me, I will pass. All right, so this defender might come down and pressure, this striker might have moved back into that space, and as soon as that defender starts engaging you, pass. So the second plan in that scenario might be, once I receive the ball, I've got lots of room around me, so it makes sense to run the ball forward a little bit, and as soon as a defender locks eye contact with me, I'm going to look for my next passing option. So it's all about staying one step in front of the opposition, okay? And that's why having a plan is really, really important, and I'll explain that now. So let's say, similar situation here, okay? You've made a really beautiful run down into this space here, all right? And our defensive mid thinks, wow, there's a great open player there. Boom, passes the ball to you. The ball arrives at your feet. Now, you're not sure what you're going to do with it because you haven't come up with a plan. So you're like, oh, quick, quick, quick. What am I going to do with it? Oh, I could run. Oh, I could pass. And in that second that it takes to sort of come up with a plan, you've already paused for that brief moment, which allows this defender to come over, pressure you, and potentially block the pass, make the tackle, or steal the ball. So that's what's really, really important, okay? To have a plan, because if you've got that plan, as soon as that ball starts coming towards you, you're like, I know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to take one touch and then bang, hit the striker, pass it to the striker. And what that does is that saves that small amount of time, which doesn't give the defenders a chance to react. And it makes you look like a much, much better player because you're always one step in front of the defenders of the opposition, okay? So for everyone, those 3 points. What were those 3 points? I think there was 3. Be absolutely confident in your own ability when you step on the field this weekend or at any stage. I believe in you. You're all incredible. You've all improved dramatically. And I'm really looking forward to you playing at the best of your ability over this season, okay? Number 2, okay, write these down if you like, or maybe get mum or dad to quiz you on them in the next coming days. Number 2, so number 1, be absolutely confident in your own ability. Number 2, what was number 2? Number 2 was always, when one of your teammates has the ball, always look to find that pocket of space where there is a clear, easy passing option to you. All right? So for example, let's look at one other quick option here. We got the left mid here. That's not good, is it? Because we got the opposition right mid in the way. So this left mid could move into here. All right? Boom, easy passing option, and then maybe play the ball on to the striker. Okay? So number 1, be confident. Number 2, always look to find pockets of space with easy passing options. And of course, number 3, have a plan. All right? It's as simple as that. Have a plan of what you're going to do with the ball when it arrives at your feet. And to have a plan, that requires you having a look around and weighing up the attacking options versus the defensive dangers before the ball arrives. All right? So lots of looking around at where the different positions are on the field and where the best option is going to be when that ball arrives at your feet. Okay? That's it. As I said, there might be one more video this week, and like you, I am super, super excited to be playing our first actual season game this Saturday. See you at training. Bye for now.